I feel like calling it half-assed isn't really giving him enough credit, because he definitely put a lot of work into being manipulative with that. It was full-assed, yep. Alright, so for those of you joining us now or on YouTube in the future, we are playing Amulet Titan with a neat twist. We have Through the Breach, along with Worldspine Wurm and Emrakul. And we also have modern staple Spinerock Knoll hiding in the corner over here, which is a hideaway card that says if an opponent was dealt 7 or more damage this turn, you get to cast the spell that was underneath it. I would like the record to reflect that he said he was going to donate and has not donated yet. So once Gamers Helping Game, once we see the receipts, that's great. Also, yeah, I was going to say, 1,500 is like a drop in the bucket. I'm of the opinion that if you are banned for cheating in Magic, you should be required to pay back all of the prize money that you've stolen effectively before you're allowed to start playing again. You should be required to donate it to somewhere. Cheating in Magic tournaments is effectively stealing from the other competitors who are playing. Alright, once more, Under the Breach, my children. I mean, this is a children's card game, but like, $10,000 isn't a small amount of money. $5,000 for winning an open. Like, these aren't tiny amounts of money. Like, there is some real incentive to cheat. Like, you are making a non-zero amount of money, and the penalty for cheating right now is comical. The penalty for cheating is a smack on your hand and say, no, 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 you have to wait 3 years before you can come back and try to cheat and steal some more money from people. Like, that's the reality of it. Like, you get to go about your life and then eventually come back and cheat some more if you want. Inquisition me, rats! Three years is a long time. Sure, it's kind of a long time. And then you realize that it's not like they're being sent to prison for 3 years. They literally just get to go live their life doing anything else and then come back and play more Magic when the timer is up. How is this hand keepable? I mean, maybe it wasn't. Guess what? Most of our hands weren't beating this. Are there legal consequences with cheating? Actual zero legal consequences to cheating while playing Magic. That's a good draw, chat. That's a good draw. I was, as the kids say, amulet. That pun was so bad, it bolted me. So, if they fetch here, Breach Emrakul is lethal. I'm going to have to see your dad joke license. Yep, look, listen. Yay! We did it! I'm Twitch chat! I don't even know how this hand was keepable, Hogland! Why would you keep this hand? I'm Twitch chat! I know best! Boop, 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 boop! Twitch chat! Sorry, maybe that was over the top, but that's how I feel. Alright, Sanctuary. Untap. Through the Breach. Big Mama, gon' give it to you. Gon' give it to you. Do 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 do. All right, what are we doing? What are we doing? Radiant Fountain is probably better than Cavern of Souls. That's not a rant, it's a rubbins. Yep. Do I want... It's a Hornet Queen matchup. I kind of feel like I just want to, like, be fast. Just, like, beep, beep, hop in my combo Jeep and run them over. Hornet Queen's probably not good enough, right? Bury them in clues. Nah, I'm just gonna click submit. I'm just gonna bring the Radiant Fountain in over the Cavern of Souls and run it. I've got an Engineered Explosives. I don't think I need a second. This hand could go very poorly for us, chat. How do I feel about playing a 4 Horseman deck in Modern? Usually I reject those because they're too much clicking, Justin. Ooh, we've been caught with our hand in the cookie jar. Yes, the way Magic tournaments are currently set up, it incentivizes a lot of cheating. It's funny, people often ask me, like, how many cheaters did I play against when I was playing a lot of paper Magic? And my answer is always the same. I never played against any bad cheaters because obviously I would have caught them. But I certainly could have played against a lot of really good cheaters. Like, that's the sad truth, right? Alex had a lot of different cheats that he did, Nivik. He pre-boarded matches when he knew what his opponent was playing for game 1. He did sleight of hand tricks. He frequently played with sleeves that were intentionally marked. Just like tons of stuff. Basically the smorgasbord of what can you do to get ahead. Alex probably did it at some point. He was not a one-trick pony. I am lifetime undefeated against Betcher. So. I did play against Betcher once or twice. I never ended up losing to him. This hand seems good. This hand's like a bounce land away from like being really, really good. If we hit a bounce land, we get to do terrible things to them with this Bojuka Bog. What was my opinion on Tom Ross's 8-rack deck? Tom Ross's 8-rack deck was not any different than any of the other 8-rack decks, which are all incredibly unplayable. It's just Tom Ross is much better at Magic than the rest of everybody else. The answer to what's the replacement for Surgical is, depends on what deck you're playing, is really the answer. My one friend who plays Amulet resents that. Well, that's nice for them. Trying to build wizards online. I'd probably just play more Magma Sprays. No, Extirpate's not playable in wizards because you don't have black mana. Rude. So I can respond to these bridge triggers with the Bojuka Bog because bridge has an intervening if clause that says if it's not there when the trigger resolves, they don't get a token. So we got rid of 2 Faithless Lootings and 2 bridges. They're down to 4 cards. Looking for a bounce land here. Ancient Stirring's close second because it probably turns into a bounce land. Am I willing to put this into play? I think so. So long, Titan. I hardly knew you. So we're hoping to draw a land plus a Through the Breach here. There's no need to not talk about other players. Like, Tom Ross is a great Magic player. He's very, very likely a better Magic player than I am. I am certainly at least a small bit above average, but, you know, Tom Ross has a lot of success, and there's a reason why he has that. Nah, Hex is basically dead at this point, ACDJ. Pretty much everybody has moved on. The company's been in radio silence. It really feels like they're just, like, trying to get whatever small amount of money might be left out of the people that haven't left yet. This Vengevine is not going to give us a lot of time to dick around here. Do they not have another creature? Not having another creature would be so good for us. I'm not blocking either of these, so I don't want them to mill another Vengevine. They don't have another creature. That's really good for us. Okay. Well, I mean, this is how I felt the last time we played this version of this deck. I really feel like the Breach plan gives you some absurd outs that you normally just don't have in this archetype. Like, we'd be dead to rights here with a lot of Amulet draws. I'm going to block one of these now, I think, rather than continuing to get beat down. They need 2 creatures, even if they hit another one. They have some kind of pump spell. That's adorable. They missed on a bridge. MTGO traders put out a YouTube video on a new non-rotating format starting with M11 and forward. Does that include cons? If there is ever going to be a new non-rotating format, it will not include Cons of Tarkir. Fetch lands will not be involved in the next non-rotating format. Land. Thank you. Thank you. Come again. Got it. Please come back again soon. Gonna get him. Gonna get him. Come back again anytime, opponent. Welcome to the Breach. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. While we're waiting for the second match in this league to pop, I'd just like to thank everyone for hanging out here. TGIF. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. I do appreciate everybody stopping here. Got almost 1,000 people already here on a Friday. My name's Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. If you enjoy my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed here full-time. They're the reason that I'm able to come back and do this day in and day out as a job like I do. Past subscribing to my channel, you can also support my stuff by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. MTGOtraders.com. Love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. Honey is a free browser add-on that when you install it using my link bit.ly/HugelHoney, you'll be supporting my content here at absolutely no cost to yourself. So if you're looking for a great free way to support my stuff, you can do so by installing that browser add-on. What Honey does is actually quite great. When you're shopping online, it searches automatically for coupon codes for things you put in your cart. And if it can save you money, it offers to do so. And if it can't, it leaves you completely alone. InnerGG Plus, thank you for the 7-month free subscription and welcome back. I do appreciate it. Lisa would like to get you on your way to a better night's sleep. Christy and I have been sleeping with Lisa for the last 2 months now, and we really enjoy it. I don't think we'd ever go back to a traditional pillow top mattress. You can save $160 or more on your new foam mattress by checking out links bit.ly/HugelBedUS and bit.ly/HugelBedCA. And of course, we'd like to welcome everyone out there to Hooglandia. Please talk to your friendly neighborhood moderator about receiving your complimentary timeout. We are 1-0 to start this league with Amulet Breach. We beat Bridgevine in the first match. Go heading on in. Heading on into the second here. See how things go. Yeah, I think I'm in for another Stirrings. It's like pretty likely to find an amulet between these two. Bye, friend. Alright, let's team Giant with this. Adam, thanks for checking out Honey. I appreciate the support. The 12-year-old in me chuckles. That's why we say it. What one banning and unbanning would change Modern the most? I don't think the only bannings that would change Modern a significant amount are cards that shouldn't be unbanned. Is what it comes down to. You know, at the end of the day, Modern's a pretty balanced format, and there's a lot of things that are on the ban list that could come off without changing things very significantly. So we'll play this out. And then next turn we'll go Turf into Titan. Give him the old 1-2 Titan punch. Ops and Serum Visions. Unlikely that they're playing Storm because they have both fetch lands and copies of Lightning Bolt in their deck. Looks like Jeskai something. I finished 4-color Geist last night after work, and seeing you win a game with Counter Scroll was hilarious. It's really good Fallen. And we actually had someone do a cut the line for Dealer's Choice, so we're going to run back 4-color Geist today if I have time. Thank you for your content. It's providing comfort in my time. With your permission, can I post a link to her GoFundMe? So we're going to play a Titan here and play that. The question with this Titan is, do I want to get Slayers Stronghold? I guess I already have these Tolaria West for like potential backup Titans. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just get Boros Garrison plus Slayers Stronghold here. If they have a path here, they get to kill this, but then I can play a Tolaria West and Actually, I also just have like Summoner's Pact in my hand, right? Just like might as well go for it here. 4-color Geist again. Am I going to play that in a paper tournament? It is one of the decks. It is one of the decks that I am considering that I might play at the Invitational if I end up going. I hate Karma. Thank you for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people doing a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. Welcome. TT. Okay. Thing Ascension, maybe? Sebi, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So this is dupe, and dupe, and dupe. And then we'll replay this. And then slam Mr. Titan here. So I'm going to get Spinerock Knoll plus a red source here. Gruul Turf. Why, Pumpkins? Thank you very much for the brand new Prime support and welcome. This does give them a heads up that they should probably block my Titan when it attacks, but, you know, YOLO. Oh, you know what? I should have waited on this because I want to wait to see. All right, we had an Emrakul. All right, so if they don't, did I miss bits? I don't think any bits came through. Did I miss it? I might have missed it. No, I got them all. Fallen Dark. Fallen Dark was the last one for 50. Red, white. Okay, so they are playing Thing Ascension. Oh, are we getting double bolted? We're getting double manamorphosed. Flip the thing in the ice. This is rough. Yep. Opt. Nope. All right. Well, if they don't throw away their thing in the ice here, they are dead. They need to ditch their thing in the ice or they're going to lose the game. I'm going to bog them here too, I think. Yeah, I have to deal 7 or more for Spinerock Knoll to work. Why do I need a double strike land? I just get to cast Emrakul. Double strike land. Come on now, chat. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Who needs a double strike land? We have an Emrakul. Get with the times. Get with the times. All right, so that is modern staple Spinerock Knoll for people that are wondering what we just used to flip that pig into play. This is probably a Dismember matchup, right? If they don't have TT, they're going to have a hard time winning. One of the things that I do like about the Emrakul playing in this deck off Spinerock Knoll is that you get to kill your opponent the turn you combo, which with the double strike land, sometimes this deck would just 16 its opponent and then pass the turn, and then like your Storm opponent will untap and kill you, which feels bad. Are you just lucking into Emrakul in the top 4? Yeah, of course. Of course you're just lucking into Emrakul in the top 4. Get with the program. Magic's a skill game, chat. Better player always wins, etc., etc. All right, let's do it. Run it back. Was Summer Bloom really oppressive? I think so. I think no Summer Bloom is fine. Seems pretty good. It's got a Dismember for their TT. It's got an Ancient Stirrings for an Amulet. That's a good draw. Probably dead, but decent draw. Yeah, turn 2 Hive Mind kills were super obnoxious. Bye, friend. Put half of this towards putting 4-color Geist into the queue, and also put the other half towards Naya Landfall. 10 out of 10. Fallen Dark will do. Thank you for the absurd support this week. I appreciate it. Hope your birthday was good yesterday. Ask me, what happens if your Shelldock Isle misses an Emrakul? I responded with concede because you're obviously bad at Magic if you don't hit the Emrakul. See, you get it. You get it. So, which member? This one right here. Really happy I brought these in since they went on the Monastery Mentor plan. So here, we're going to Spinerock Knoll, and we missed on anything we would like to actually... No, I'm not going to hit them for 7. So I'm just going to tuck a Gemstone Mine under here, and then we're going to go ahead and Tribe Scout, put in the bounce land, pick this up, and then try again later. We are short on removal for that one at the moment. I don't come here for the magic. I come here to see people donate money to see a nice man play a deck of their choice. I mean, that's kind of like being here for the magic, right? All right, we'll tuck. Keep that one under there for safekeeping. If we hit a through the breach at any point, we probably win the game, which is nice. Titan, also a good draw. Remember, we have to hit them for 7 or more, so we're pretty unlikely to make this happen without a Titan. If we draw through the breach now, we can actually Emrakul them, cast another Emrakul, and then kill them. Yeah, and like the other card, like this Gemstone Mine we exiled just like stays exiled for forever, so it's mostly insignificant, but we technically thin a crappy card out of our deck, and I'd like to draw through the breach. We have cast Hardcast Emrakul in this archetype. So, against this version of Amulet Titan is actually absurd against Celestial Colonnade decks, because those decks have a hard time killing you, so you eventually just, like, have 15 mana in play from Primeval Titans resolving, and then pathing them. And you're like, alright, cast my Emrakul, I guess. How would I have a blocker if I kept the Khalni Garden in my hand? This flipping sends this back, so I never have an opportunity to put this into play without this bounce trigger on the stack. So, dead to double bolt. We're put through the breach like a professional. I'd like to apologize for my lack of professionalism this morning, chat. Engineered explosives also would have been a good find off of that. I guess we're just done at this point, right? Yeah, I guess I technically have blockers. Alright, so we just floundered around a little bit there. Do I want this extra explosives? I probably do. Azusa just dies a lot. Let's do this. Engineer explosives would be for 2, so they updated the rules on cards that flip, and flip cards now have the converted mana cost from their front side on the back side. So Thing in the Ice is a 2-drop on both sides. This hand is not amazing, but I think it's a keep. Their deck is a pseudo combo deck of sorts, but they don't get going very quickly. So like, even though this hand doesn't make a play till turn 3, I think it's fine. The nice thing about these bounce lands is that they effectively give you 2 land drops. So like, this is basically a 3-land hand. If you clone the backside, it's 0 cost. That's funny and messed up. That's like really messed up. Maybe I should just, yeah, I should have bogged them here, right? Because they're going to get counters on their Pyromancer. 10 out of 10 should have just bogged them there. Alright, any land is great. For obvious reasons. These reasons, if they're not obvious to you. How many lands are in our deck? Enough, 27. Well, I'm glad we bogged them. We could die this turn. They could get Pyromancer Ascension online and cast a couple of Bolts and Helixes and end the game. Why didn't we Summoner's Pact for the land? Asking the real hard-hitting questions. The real question is, if I draw a bounce land, do I breach or do I Titan? I'm probably supposed to breach. No, pacting for Dryad Arbor is absurdly bad. That sounds terrible. You have to like pay 4 mana the following turn for it. Okay, all right. That makes the Emrakul a good bit worse. All right, well, their deck plays 2 negates in the board if they're playing our list. Potentially die in response here. I'm just gonna let them do their thing. I'm gonna eat my fruit cup. Stumbled for one turn too long there. Comes the beats. Sometimes your 28 land deck bricks off on its fourth land for a while. That's magic. Chandra's a card I'd like to add. So the deck list that's on my website is all of the deck lists on my website are my deck lists. These are after playing these archetypes that other people have submitted and some of my own lists. The lists you'll find on my website are never viewer submitted lists unless the viewer happened to submit a list that I think is ideal. So all of the goal of my website is for people to be able to go on there and pull up and know that, okay, this is the deck Jeff would play if he's playing this archetype. Yes, Chandra the playable. I feel like calling her Chandra the playable narrows it down sufficiently, right? How did Mardu perform yesterday? The Mardu list that was submitted yesterday was so bad, we stopped playing after 2 matches. And I added it back into the queue with a copy of my preferred iteration of Mardu. Yesterday's iteration of Mardu was kind of a prime example of how you can take an established archetype and make a bunch of silly changes to it for not a lot of good reasons and make it much, much worse. Could you talk about why you play Mana Leak and Jeskai Nahiri over other counters? Yeah, so the reason why Mana Leak is bad in Modern a lot of the time is because when you draw it in the late game, it's a dead draw. But with 4 copies of Nahiri in your deck, none of your cards are dead draws, you just get to loot through them. So Mana Leak's a really powerful early game card that's awkward in control decks because it's bad late, and Nahiri lets you filter through those cards that are bad late. You can find the Mardu list on YouTube. I still uploaded the 2 matches we played to YouTube. So, you can find all of those there still. Alright, this is not a Cavern matchup. This is not a Bojuka Bog matchup. Radiant Fountain's probably fine. You can board down to 26 lands in this archetype just fine. This opponent must watch the stream. Yep, they understand a quality of life concession when they see one. Thanks everyone for hanging out. TGIF, got over 1,000 people on a Friday. Fridays we always have pretty good numbers. I appreciate everybody being here. Is Queen good in this matchup? Maybe. I feel like by the time they've gone wide, we're probably going to die. Although Worldspine Wurm probably isn't good enough. See, I'm going to swap Worldspine for Queen. The deck lists that we have yet to play are listed in the title. The deck lists that we have already played today are still in the donation queue. No, I think Stoneforge Mystic will likely turn into like Jace and Bloodbraid and just be like a card that people really like it will play because it's a sweet card that's fun to play with, but I don't think it will be anywhere near overbearing or omnipresent. Yeah, Queen basically comes in anywhere you would want like a sweeper style effect. Details on how to get into the Discord are here. It integrates automatically. So you need to link your accounts and then get the integration set up. All right, so we've got a lot of disjoint pieces right now, so we're seeing a little bit of the clunkiness of playing through the Breach package in this archetype. From having double breaches here and not having anything to put in, and we're also missing red mana, so like this hand has a lot of good cards in it, but it also like needs a good bit more to actually be functional to win this game. Maybe I was supposed to mulligan this hand. I don't know. It's got Sakura-Tribe Elder and Dismember. I feel like that made it keepable, but I could see someone telling me that we're supposed to mulligan this hand. Man, you know what's great against Damping Sphere? Through the Breach Emrakul. Through the Breach Emrakul is good against Damping Sphere. Should I bring in... Should I bring in Rex Sage for the last game? We have 8 friends in common on Facebook. Yeah, I don't add a ton of people on Facebook anymore. Once upon a time I had like 4,000 people on Facebook when I was just accepting all friend requests. Now I basically only accept people that I've met in person and traveled with. I mostly just use Facebook for Messenger with Christy. How do we make red under Damping Sphere? That's a good question. We have Gemstone Mines in our deck too. As an established modern streamer, do you think other people don't rep modern enough? I have no idea. All I know is, well, Spinerock Knoll is how, obviously. All I know is there was a void that was a lack of modern content. I think I wouldn't be successful at what I do if there wasn't people who had a desire to see the content that I'm making right now. And I think there are definitely other people that could definitely step in and fill some of that void too. Yeah, I also don't care. Like, I make more content than most humans can reasonably consume. You could argue I've sucked up a good share of the modern desire for modern content market share. Losing my amulet really sucks. Jeff, I've consumed it. You underestimate my consumption, but I guess that's true. I suppose if you're mostly consuming in the background and you watch on 1.5 or 2x speed, I've only got 20 to 30 hours a week, especially like 1.5. I actually have a lot more sub points than Kenji. Kenji keeps his sub point count on his screen, and my sub point count has been higher than Kenji for a very long time now. In addition to leveraging modern content, I'm very good at monetizing what I do. I give people a tangible reason to want to be subscribed to my channel, which I think is something that a lot of content producers fail to do, right? Like, the fact that, like, my content is viewer-centric encourages people to get involved and support what I do. Like, look at other Magic streams. How many scrolling head banners do they have, right? Like, yeah, I give people a tangible reason to donate. I give You get something for supporting my content here. In addition to helping me do it, there's something tangible that people get. So for context, I think last time I popped Kenjiani had like 1,200 sub points. I currently have 1,900 with 1,600 unique subscribers. I think Caleb probably has more than I do. I think Caleb's over 2,000. I think we're dead, chat. I think between the Wet Ball and the Rex Sage, we're not going to have the tools to get here. It's worth noting that this is a position where having Worldspine Wurm in my deck would be good, so maybe I don't want to board that out. I have more than 80 hours a week to consume. That's fair, Grimwatch. Love the content. Thank you. S-Guts, I appreciate the 3 months. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I appreciate the support. You could have won there. I'm going to give you a quick 10-minute timeout. Remember, if you want to tell me I did something wrong, you need to be constructive and specific. You need to go, you could have won there by, and then articulate yourself. Explain how I could have won there. You ever thought of getting into the Pro Tour scene? You're an insane Magic player. No, I like money too much to ever try and play on the Pro Tour. It's my vice. I like money. No streamer at your view rate answers so many questions as you do, and that's really awesome. Well, thanks, 31. I try to do my best. There's definitely a balance, right? There's some questions. There's some questions that I miss for sure, especially when we get going a little bit faster, but I do try to catch as many as I can. Pretty good vice, IMO. Yeah, Titan's not good enough here. I have a Hornet Queen in my deck, but that's not even really good enough, right? That, however, kills my Sakura-Tribe Scout, so we're probably dead. Probably dead. I traveled to play a lot of, pseudo-professional Magic on the SCG Tour for years. 3 years in a row, I traveled to play a bunch of Magic, and I didn't lose money traveling, which is an accomplishment. Traveling to play Magic is expensive, so I'm happy that I didn't lose money while doing it. But like this, what I do now streaming on Twitch, this is a full-time job for me. This pays enough to, put the kids in daycare and do it day in and day out. I wouldn't be able to do that chasing the Pro Tour. You qualify for a Pro Tour, you could stream from the cities you travel to and get the viewership of people tuning in during the dead hours of the Pro Tour. Yeah, maybe, but I mean, like, I can stream during dead hours of the Pro Tour from home, too. Do I still go to tournaments every now and then? Yeah, I top-8'd the SCG Open in Indianapolis playing the Blue-Red Tempo deck, which qualified me for the Invitational at the end of the year. I might go to the Invitational, I might or might not. I need to see. I might wait and see how Standard shakes out. If Standard is good, I'll probably go to the Invitational, and if Standard is bad, I probably won't bother. But we gotta wait till rotation to find out what's gonna happen with that. Yeah, I think boarding out Wurm's a mistake, and I should probably just always leave it in. That's why I'm bringing it back in here. Seems like not amazing, but fine. It's pretty bad against Damping Sphere, but like a lot of our hands are bad against Damping Sphere. I mean, I had family when I was traveling. My oldest son is 4.5, so like, when I was traveling in 2014, we didn't really have kids, but like 2015 and 2016, we had kids. Do you have any desire to play in the Pro Tour like it was proper? No, not really. Honestly, and this is one of the other reasons why I might not bother going to the Invitational. I enjoy playing Magic more when there's not a super competitive element involved. Magic's a game that has a lot of variance involved in it, and it's very frustrating to spend a lot of time focusing on something and then not have the results you want. Like, the fact that I top-8'd the Open in Indianapolis, I was very fortunate to do that. I spent a lot of time practicing, and it was nice for that practice to pay off. But I'm also, like, very realistic and understand that it was very possible for me to spend that same amount of time practicing and not get any payoff at the end, because that's just how Magic works sometimes. And that's okay. It's still a sweet game, but it's definitely from a human element, a frustration element. It's definitely tough. I think modern Ad Nauseam is well positioned. Honestly, I don't even think Ad Nauseam's problem is that it's too slow. I think Ad Nauseam's biggest issue is that it's not good against the disruptive decks. Like, you know, humans and spirits and blue-red tempo, these decks that can disrupt while applying an OK clock are very good against Ad Nauseam. Yeah, and like the blue-red deck's a great example of like it's a good deck when you're winning, because like the blue-red deck tends to have matchups against decks that tend to be good in Modern, but it's very easy to get, you know, paired into Bogles and Dredge like someone said early, and then you get down into the jungle and you're just going to get run out. I think we're dead, chat. That was a very good draw. There's a good chance this isn't good enough, although I guess we're probably going to get to Hornet Queen next turn, but depending on what their leftovers are, Hornet Queen might not be good enough on this board. I'm doing well, Shadow. Sure, but I'm like also realistic about what that means too. And like, while this job is awesome, one of the benefits it doesn't come with is paid time off, like a lot of adult jobs do. So like, you know, when I talk about the cost of going to a Magic tournament, it's not even just the out-of-pocket cost that I have to pay to go to that Magic tournament. The cost of that Magic tournament is also the opportunity cost of not working for all those days effectively as well. So this is just Hornet Queen, right? Wait, can I Titan and attack here? I have 9. I can Titan and attack. I think I'm better off putting Hornet Queen into play, though. I think I'm better off just doing this. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why so many of the SCG Tour events are modern, right? Like, they're not dumb. They like money. They like people watching their thing. They like people playing in their tournaments. There's a reason why SCG focuses on modern. It's exaggerated in viewer distance. Ninja went to one tournament, lost 40k subscribers. Yeah, and like that proportion of the amount of subscribers that you lose exists over other games too, right? So like when I went to Gen Con earlier this month, like my income this month will be lower than it was last month because I went to an event. And like that's okay. Like I knew that going to the event, but like I have to account for that when I'm considering, is this event worth going to? Second Archdruid here might be close to unbeatable. Might be close to unbeatable. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers. I guess I get to eat 5 of them in combat here. They're probably not attacking with this. No attacks. Period. Okay. Huh. My Sean is blowing up with all the petty Hall of Fame talk going on. Li Tian just had to put out a defense document. I could get to transmute engineered explosives, huh? So I don't think I want them to know that I'm gonna be engineered explosiving them next turn, basically. So I think I'm gonna get Khalni Garden and Simic Growth Chamber here, and I'm gonna make two extra blockers, is what it's gonna come down to here. And I guess I actually want to attack with Primeval Titan here, right? Because if they kill my Titan, it's like he blocked 2 things. And if they don't kill my Titan, he like hits them for 8. So I'm gonna get... Yeah, we're basically trying to fade the Overrun Elf is what it comes down to. So I'm gonna get a Tolaria West. We're also trying to fade the Drain Elf. They have 1, 2, 3... They have 9... Alright, so I'm gonna get Radiant Fountain plus Bounce Land here, because getting Radiant Fountain plus Bounce Land means I don't die to the Drain Elf. So I get to go to 10, bounce Radiant Fountain, replay it post-combat with the second land drop from Azusa, and now I don't die to the Drain Elf as well. So it's basically just Azuri that we die to, or Company or Lead the Stampede into Azuri. Their deck has a lot of air in it, so we're actually stabilizing here. Assuming we don't get killed by Azuri. We've played a lot of Elves on stream too, and I am not a big fan of Court of Calling and Green-Black Elves. I think you'd much rather just play Lead the Stampede and Collect a Company. I love Twitch chat. Reed Duke doesn't do it, and he's wrong. And Jeff agrees with him, and he's wrong. And I'm not going to provide any validation for why these Magic players who are reasonable are wrong in their decisions. I just know that they're wrong. Oh, Twitch chat. Oh, Twitch chat. It is amazing to me how people will take time out of their day to crap on people who have a vast amount of experience. Amazon Fun Bucks, keep up the great work. I'm actually going to swap. All right, they're conceding. Got it. Good, sweet. I think our opponent was supposed to attack in. No Lava, thank you for the 3-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think our opponent was supposed to attack in the turn we played. Like, I'm fine with you disagreeing with me, and I'm even fine with you disagreeing with Reed Duke on things to a degree, but like... You need to provide validation. Don't just come in here and be like, these Magic players who are really good at the game are wrong. And I'm not going to provide any validation of why they're wrong. I just want to make myself feel smart by talking about how these other people are wrong. Like that's not helpful. That doesn't create a conversation. That doesn't engage people. That just like walks in here and takes your feces and flings it at the wall. Like I got no time for poop flinging. Correct, Rob Meadows. Correct. Do you do any chat deck lists? I found some lists on Reddit. And basically everything I play here on stream are viewer-submitted deck lists. Occasionally, like the 4-color Geist deck we might play, we're probably going to get to later today. That's a deck list that someone said, hey, here's some money, build your preferred iteration of this deck. But basically everything I do here are viewer submitted. So here are the details. Nope, that's the wrong one. Google sellout. I have so many commands. It's donation decks. Google sellout. There you go. That bit.ly explains all the details of how my donation system works here. This is like we talked about earlier. This is a very viewer-focused, viewer-driven stream. The people that help keep me here, they dictate what we do and when we do it. Oh no, basic planes. Chat, what if there's a cat in their deck? What if they have Cat Jesus? Alright, so... So we're gonna Growth Chamber here. And Growth Chamber is going to bounce itself because assuming Azusa lives, Growth Chamber next turn gives us +4 mana, so we can hit them with the Primeval Titan. No, we're mana short of killing this turn. The thing to remember is that Azusa's only +1 mana. We might be able to kill them this turn. I prefer the Breach variants of this deck. It's been a while since I've played a Breach variant of this deck, but I do know last time I played this archetype, the Breach versions felt really good. Yeah, now we just killed them with 2 Titans, assuming they don't have Path. Wait, 8, we almost have an, can we just Emrakul? Can we Emrakul here? So I have a land drop still. This makes 8. I can Emrakul, right? Like right now I can Emrakul. Because I have a land drop, and this makes 8, and this makes 12, and then I have 3. We can just cast Emrakul here. We can just cast Emrakul here. It's cool. It's cool. All right. Can I pay for Pact next turn if I cast Emrakul here? Can I pay for Pact? I'm going to end up with 2 bounce lands in play, so yes, I can pay for Pact. I mean, chat, could you imagine if they would have tapped these lands to cast Stoneforge Mystic? Could you even fathom how dead we would be if they had tapped those lands to cast Stoneforge Mystic? It just wouldn't even be fair. It would not even be fair how dead we would be right now. I'm just glad Wizards of the Coast has prevented that from happening. That R&D, Aaron Forsyth, Ian Duke, I'm glad those people have kept us safe from the tyranny of Stoneforge Mystic. Trigger. Alrighty. Bojuka Bog's not very good. Ghost Quarter's good here. Actually, I don't need Colony Heart, right? Bojuka Bog's probably better than Colony Heart. I can also just, like, go down lands. Tracker's good here. Rec Sage is probably good here. I think... we just said we don't want to ever cut Worldspine Wurm. I feel like this might be a cut Worldspine Wurm matchup. What do we think? What do we think? Ghost Quarter's good here because they often kill us with Celestial Colonnade. And I'd prefer not to die to Celestial Colonnade. To go wide on threats. Yeah, that's fair. How do you feel about cutting Tribe Scout? No, we were taking an extra turn, Ross the Hannon. They weren't getting another turn. No, Titan's really good in this matchup because it ramps us into hard casting Emrakul. How do we feel about this? Think I like this? What do I want instead of the scouts? What do I want instead of the scouts is the problem. I need cuts, chat. I need cuts. Every card has a place. 1-to-1. Do I not? You know, they're probably going to kill us with the Swan Song. I'm not going to board in the Swan Song. What's the EE for? EE's like removal that I can tutor for. No, chat, this is a... like, I know we just dumpstered them by going really fast, but that's the exception, not the rule in a matchup like this. On average, this is a matchup where it's gonna go long. This is a matchup where we're gonna tap 15 mana and cast Emrakul a lot of the time. This hand's a touch awkward because we're going to have to discard to hand size when we play a bounce land on 2. JK. Just gotta believe. Summoner's Pact is underplayed. I mean, Summoner's Pact is played in like every Primeval Titan deck. Kind of sees a reasonable amount of play. Yes, I agree. I agree that pacting early is generally bad in this matchup. So, do I want to play into a Cryptic command here? Probably not, because I don't want them to bounce my bounce land while also countering my spell. Cryptic, bouncing your bounce lands is something you need to be very conscious of. This Sakura-Tribe Scout is great, by the way. I definitely should have all of these. It might just be better than Azusa, honestly. I could see that being the case. I could see a world where this is better than Azusa. I'm going to go ahead and pass here. I think I'm going to end step through the breach here. Which is another reason this version of the archetype is so good against control. Due to like end step threat, untap threat. And like this doesn't even take the other threat out of our hand. Oh, we could transmute for Cavern. That's not a bad suggestion. So they're trying to bounce my bounce land. I'm going to put this into play and pick my bounce land back up. Since they're trying to bounce the land anyways. So I get to go ahead and tap this for green. Do this, put the Growth Chamber into play, pick this back up, then cast a Titan. And then this Titan gets Cavern of Souls. So the rest of my Titans will be uncounterable. Yeah, picking the Caverns up is probably a good suggestion. That way they can't field us. No, I don't think we really care about the detentions here at the moment. I'm like, they're down to 3 cards in their hand. Like, you know, good luck, Godspeed. And again, like, we have, what, 8, 9, 10. This is 11. This is getting 2 more lands. Like, Cavern is beyond absurd in this deck. It is unreasonable how good Cavern is. And I think we're just running back the bounce land on the Cavern. I guess they don't have a thing. I'm going to get Boros Garrison plus Slayers Stronghold here. And I guess I do get to bounce land the Cavern with this. I'm going to get Pact of Negation here. And now we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So if they path us, we like have Emrakul mana. Nice Celestial Colonnade. The stuff like this is why, like, I'm not sure that I could ever play a Celestial Colonnade deck at a major tournament, because, like, stuff like this just happens in this format. This is just, like, what the format is. There's so many random obnoxious decks that are just going to end you. Who would I rate as the best Modern player? I think talking about rankings like that doesn't accomplish anything and just serves to make people bicker with each other, so I'd prefer not to do it. Yeah, I think this archetype is really good. I think if you want a more traditional list without Through the Breach in it, you can check out the deck list that's on my website, jeffhoagland.com/deck lists in the Proven section, Amulet Titan. Should I pack this? Nah, probably not, right? I'm just gonna, like, Summoner's Pack for a Titan and then smash them with Titan next turn. I should probably pack this. No, I think the Breaches are really good in this iteration of this deck. No one plays Blood Moon anymore, BDP, because there aren't a lot of decks that Blood Moon is good against. Blood Moon is very, very good at punishing decks that are going longer like this, or specifically playing into the land strategy, and there aren't a lot of these decks in the format. A lot of the good decks in Modern right now just get under a Blood Moon. Like, Blood Moon isn't even that good against humans, because they are just able to play through it. So I actually have enough mana to Titan plus Slayers Stronghold still. Chat, you can't Summoner's Pack for Emrakul. Repeat after me. I cannot Summoner's Pact for Emrakul. I cannot Summoner's Pact for Emrakul. I cannot Summoner's Pact for Emrakul. Always remember to make blue mana with your Cavern of Souls when possible, because blue is strictly the best color of mana. So we'll get double Spinerock Knoll here. Swing and a miss, swing and a hit. And again, like, let's just get him. Oh, I don't have an amulet. That's so sad. I forgot I didn't have an amulet, chat. I was so excited. I forgot I didn't have an amulet. Should have packed it for amulet, right? I mean, Basket Case is always a fitting song for this channel, right? Oh no, not a Terminus. How will I ever win the game now, opponent? It's not like my Primeval Titan found me a way to refind itself. That would be absurd if my Primeval Titan could find itself again. It's not like Squadron Hawk Primeval Titan, that should never be a split card, right? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Beep 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 do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Are we conceding yet? Are we dead? Yeah, we're done here, right? Like, nice Celestial Colonnade deck. So, people that are, again, talking about Through the Breach versus the not Through the Breach deck, Through the Breach gives this deck another busted Modern thing to do. It is a way to go, I'm behind, oh, oops, you died, like, and there's something very powerful to be said about having that oops, I killed you metric in your Modern deck. I am not a big fan of Jund. I think if you want to play a green-black rock deck, you should play straight green-black. You can find my preferred green-black deck list, along with a link to an article on why I think green-black is better than Jund and Abzan on my website, jeffhoagland.com/deck lists. I like to... Oh, Anoronics. I saw Saffron Olive tweet about it being absurd last night. Was that you? You do like to make it rain. You are the rainmaker. Only by the pain from land, you could just blow your opponent out with Through the Breach Emrakul. Yep. $280 gifted subs. That's a lot of subs. I would love to play first. This thing needs a bounce land, but it's pretty good otherwise, right? Another Elves matchup. I feel like Elves been pretty popular lately. That was what we could classify as a good draw. So we get to Titan them next turn. I think this deck is sweet. I think if you're looking for a sweet take on Amulet Titan, this is a great one to play. Others are probably successful mobsters. We like to Titan. We like to Titan. We like to Titan. We like to Titan. Gonna have some blockers, opponent. How does this deck handle Damping Sphere? With a removal spell or Through the Breach? So we're looking for Emrakul on one of these, ideally. None of those are droids we're looking for. Probably gonna bounce this and replay it next turn. No, I won't be able to do that. So I get to do this. And then I get to do this. I get to bounce this. I get to slam this. If I were a Don, I wouldn't be all over social media. That's true. Alright, we're gonna grab Boros Garrison and Slayers Stronghold here. You'll be cutting the line on Monday. Sounds good, Rad. To go and attack with this. This is gonna get Vesuva plus... What are we getting? Vesuva plus a Khalni Garden, maybe? Would like to copy Spinerock Knoll. So if this Knoll finds an Emrakul, we'll kill them. If it doesn't, we're gonna be in a little bit of trouble. The 8-rack version is probably better, but the Storm version is more fun. So take that to mean what you will. Alright, they could kill us next turn. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we get to cast Emrakul next turn, assuming we get a next turn. Yeah, maybe. Would have required me to sack the Gemstone Mine. That probably would have been fine. If we get to attack with Titan next turn, we get to cast Emrakul. Wait, did we put Emrakul in our deck to go and cast? We cast it on turn 3 today already, Diva. We had double Amulet casted on turn 3. No, you can Summoner's Pact for the Worldspine Wurm, which is useful with Through the Breach. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, I'm short 1 here, actually, right? Am I short 1? No, I counted the Tribe Scouts. This is 8, 8, and then this is 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I'm short. Yeah, I'm counting the lands with Titan, chat. I can't get 4. I only get 2 off the Titan, chat. I only get 2 off the Titan. Titan is only 2 mana because it gets them during my combat step. So if I would have put this into play last turn, we'd have had enough this turn, so I messed up. I can get engineered explosives. That's a good suggestion. I have to hit them for the knoll to work. I don't have a walking ballista. Naya control got pushed back by Cut the Lines. How do we pact for Azusa, chat? Pacting for Azusa costs us money. EE only kills Azuri, but only killing Azuri is probably good enough. Yeah, I think we EE and do it this turn so they can't pump. I'm pretty sure is the line. And then next turn we'll have enough to cast Emrakul. We basically just need to, like, not die, right? We need to not die here. And taking the Azuri off the table should mean we don't die. Elves is a very good deck. It's also a pretty cheap deck to build in terms of monetary wise, so People tell me you're cool, so hi GLHF. What's going on, Bubbles? I'm alright. I have my moments. So, this isn't going to kill the Archdruid because Azuri is going to be able to regenerate the Archdruid, but it will take the Azuri off the table, and this is what's threatening to kill us next turn. And then next turn, if we get to untap with our Titan, we'll have enough mana to hardcast the Emrakul, which gives us an extra turn, which can then be lethal. Attacking does not force them to use their mana. It also potentially leaves me dead on the backswing. And I don't really want to lose my Titan. I'm convinced Green-Black Rock is better than Jund. How do you think it compares to Mardu Pyro? I actually think Black-Green Rock is better than Mardu Pyromancer in like the big mana matchups, but it's a little bit worse at grinding. So like you're going to be worse against things like Blue-White Control. So this is going to tap when it regenerates. Yeah, there's a prime time under here. This deck's really sweet. This deck has a ton of different lines to it. It's got a lot of small micro decisions you get to make every game. I find this deck very interesting. Why is it worse at grinding? Because Mardu Pyromancer has a bunch of Bedlam Revelers in it, and like Bedlam Reveler is kind of like the de facto best grind card in Modern. It draws 3 cards and it's attached to a threat. Thrun is not good. The blue-white control decks are full of Terminuses now, so Thrun's not good enough. Is this lethal? I don't think so. Depends on what's in their hand. Like I said, we just need to survive till next turn so we can put this little piggy into play. We don't have a double strike land in our deck. We have Spinerock Knolls in those slots. So I have 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. But this can get me bounce lands to put bounce lands back in my hand. So this is 6, 10. This gets me, say, a regular land and a bounce land. That gets me to 11, and the bounce land comes back to my hand, and then land drop plus Tribe Scout gives me 15. So we'll attack with Primeval Titan here, and then we'll have exactly 15 mana to cast Emrakul post-combat. Oh, Azusa is also technically plus a mana, right? She gives us 2 more land drops. It's a good point. Azusa is also plus a mana. So Azusa plus Amulet plus Bounce Land nets you a mana for those that aren't familiar with this archetype, because Azusa gives you 2 land drops, and each land drop with Simic Growth Chamber plus Amulet of Vigor is plus 2 mana, so we can spend 3 to make 4. Azusa is plus 1 mana, because she costs 3. They have a collected company, and they didn't just try and kill us last turn. I think if you wanted a bigger threat in Mardu Pyromancer, I would try something like Storm Breath Dragon. I think it's a little bit flexible and harder to kill than something like Koth. What do they have? They have a Chord of Calling? Chord's not lethal, right? Because they only have, it could be Chord. Chord gets us, yeah, okay, so Chord drains us for 8, which puts us to 5. Oh, they're getting Azuri, sure. Which lets them regenerate, but they're dead because we're going to cast Emrakul. And Emrakul flies and gives us another turn. Oh no, not my poor baby Titan. Not my poor baby Titan. This was a good game of Magic. This was like a clutch, sweet game of Magic. They don't. The worst part is they don't even know they're dead, chat. They're doing all these sweet things, probably thinking they're gonna get there. So this is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. My bounce lands bring all the Emrakuls to the yard, and they're like, would you like to sacrifice 6 cards? They don't want to sacrifice 6 cards, but they have to. Gonna get them. Gonna get them. With her loving, tentacly embrace. Hey, Jeff, I submitted a green-black rock deck with slight white splash for souls and silently. It's for timely. For souls and stony, if that's not okay, let me know. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Jace. I appreciate the support. All right, I believe I have counted to 15. Stephen Douglas Weeks just dropping my lunch break to subscribe and say I'm happy watching the 4-color guys on YouTube. It is very sweet. Thank you for the 4 months of support, Douglas. I appreciate it, and welcome back. Her loving tentacly embrace shall save you, non-believer. Trigger. What happened here? This build of Amulet is sweet. I'm sure there's lots of people that are like really experienced Amulet aficionados that will tell me lots of reasons why this is worse than normal Amulet, but this version is way sweeter. It just does awesome things. What are we doing here? Come on. What are we doing? All right, good. Glad we worked that out. All right, so Dismember, Explosives, and Hornet Queen in. This version straight up plays like an EDH deck. That's great. So I want Cavern. I mean, you can always go down 1 land in this deck. I don't think you really want to go lower than like 26, though. I want my removal. I want my Pseudo Sweeper, Trim and Azusa. I don't think I want Reclamation Sage. It might be okay hedging against Damping Sphere. Emrakul says take an extra turn when you cast it. So when you tap 15 mana and put Emrakul on the stack, you get an extra turn. That was about as much fun as clothed people can have, right? The pace of our games is going to slow way down in a second. I'm going to keep this. Thank you, Neil Drox, for the bits. This hand's like just needs some lands, and because all of their lands are guaranteed to make green, I think this is a good hand. Hornet Queen's good at blocking. There's a lot of games we lose to Elves that involve just getting beaten down in combat. And Hornet Queen helps that not happen. Yeah, if your opponent's not playing a deck where all their lands make green, you can't keep this opening hand. But because all of our opponent's lands are guaranteed to make green, I think this keep is fine. Yeah, if they let on Cavern of Souls, we could have gotten in trouble. That is definitely true. We could be dead next turn. Actually, we get to Titan this turn, right? Rude. Rude, opponent. That is incredibly rude. Mr. Missouri with the 5-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I do appreciate it. There is an Aven Mind Sensor in play, chat, so things are not as good for us as they could be. We're not... Are we hard... Can we hardcast Emrakul here? Do we have enough mana to do that? Probably not, even if we could find any land that we wanted, right? Like, there's no guarantee that we find the lands we want here. Like, we only get to search the top 4. Yeah, even if we could find 2 Karus here, we'd only have 11 mana. Should have Vesuva'd Forest. Yeah, probably. Looking for, like, another amulet here. EE also would have been okay. Mind Sensor's very good against us. Opponent leveraging their toolbox a little bit. We'll see what their leftovers are here. So I've got 11 mana next turn, potentially more with the Primeval Titan, depending on what we get. I'd actually have 1 more mana if I would have Vesuva'd a Forest on the second one. So I definitely should have Vesuva'd a Forest. What does Spinerock Knoll do in this deck? It casts Emrakul after you hit them with the Titan. So you hit your opponent with an 8-power Primeval Titan, and then you cast Emrakul off of Spinerock Knoll and kill them. Because Spinerock Knoll actually casts the card. So... Don't you have 15 mana next turn? How do I get 4 times 3? I only have 2 land drops currently. Yeah, I count 11. I don't have 3 land drops. So Spinerock says play because you can play lands off of it. So cast implies it can only be a spell. Yeah, all of the hideaway lands cast them. Titan attack could change the math, but that's all random, so we don't really have a way to control that. Alright, am I dead? They actually have enough mana to get 2 more clan callers here, right? Yeah, there is a chance we're just dead here. Yeah, even is one-sided. It is not symmetrical. Opponent with the flubs here. So I've put a bunch of non-amulet cards in the bottom of my deck. Do I Stirrings for Amulet here? Do I Stirrings for Amulet? I kind of want a Stirrings for Amulet, right? It takes me off of a land, though, effectively. God, if I had the Vesuva, it would be so much better. So, let's count what I can do. So, if I hit if I hit 2 lands with this, I have 5 plus 8 is only 13. I think if we hit the amulet, we're still short. That probably doesn't do it either. I can kill... I guess I can kill the Mind Sensor. Just killing the Mind Sensor let me do it. Killing the Mind Sensor means I can Spinerock Knoll this turn and potentially hit Emrakul and kill them. I think I can go for lethal, right? It doesn't matter where the Emrakuls are. Oh, you're right, it does. Yeah, there's definitely at least one Emrakul on the bottom. There's at least one Emrakul on the bottom. You are right, it does matter because I could have played one pre-combat. So we get 8 looks. Oh, no, I needed the Slayers Stronghold this. Oh, I needed the Slayers Stronghold this. Yeah, I needed to attack with this too. Oh, wait, I can do this and do this and make white, untap, make red, have this target this. Oh, no, wait, I needed to leave that untapped so I could, yeah, I fucked it up. All right, we're gonna hit the Emrakul. Yep, okay, so I could have won the game. I could have won the game. We should have won if I would have done it the right way. I should have tapped this for red to make the Slayer Stronghold work, but I don't have a red mana. I don't have a red mana. So the deck won that game. We won game 1, we get to play game 3 here on the play, but the deck won that game and would be 4-1 in this league, right? Yeah, it would be 4-1 in this league. All right, I'm going to submit the same way. So if I would have left, so what had to happen there, I needed to leave the Gemstone Mine untapped and then make red off of the Spinerock Knoll. And then I would have ended with them taking 8 with Mine plus Spinerock Knoll untapped. And then I would have gotten to cast the Emrakul and then take a turn and kill them. Correct, Demir Spy. That is what I am explaining. Selesnya's great. Needs a bounce land, but pretty good other than that. So just gotta move on from the mistakes, try and win the last one. Either way, we 3-2'd the league at a minimum, so I get my prizes. But the deck definitely would have 4-1 if I'd have seen the correct sequencing there at the end. Learn from your mistakes, chat. That is key. Learn from your mistakes. Lord Erect Sage. Sad. Of course you need to blame Justin Rick. I'm sure this game we're gonna die with nothing we can do. That's what always happens after I punt a game. I'm just like, had the tools to win a game, and Magic's like, you messed up the last one, you don't deserve this one. Yep. Caruland. I get 2 shots at a Caru, right? One more shot here. Yep. Just got into Modern and bought the Blue-Red Wizards deck and went 4-0 at F&M. 12 bolts are strong. When will I next be playing the deck on the stream/YouTube? I basically just play whatever people send me dollar dues to play. So if people want to see that deck played, they don't need to see it played. And if they don't, then they don't. Am I dead? Yeah, I'm just gonna... We'll take one more draw step here before we pack it in, but we should be pretty done at this point. Apostle Man, is that your version of Blue R, by the way? I put a note in there. I skipped playing it today because the version of Blue Red that's towards the top of the queue, I can't play it. When it was submitted, it looked very different, and it's changed so much at this point that it just looks like a really bad version of the deck that I've tuned. And I'm not going to play a worse version for no reason. Alright, so, sorry, to focus on a quick wrap-up of Amulet Titan. I think the Through the Breach package is a lot of fun. I forgot, it's been a while since we've played this. We played this version of the deck a ton early last year. And while I'm sure there are a lot of people that would like to point out in different ways that this version is worse than the traditional version, I think Through the Breach gives you a really neat angle of attack that gives you some oops, I win with Worldspine Wurm and Emrakul. Also, just making your Primeval Titan cost 1 less sometimes is game winning. I also really like that while Spinerock Knoll has some variance in it can't always find Emrakul, I like that when it does find Emrakul, it gets to kill the opponent the turn it combos. So basically, it, the turn it combos, it actually ends the game as opposed to like giving Storm a chance to like untap and kill you. So, all right, what are we doing next? Playing some blue white.